What a terrible game.
Hold on, I'm eating my king fruit.
And I want to state a point here for anyone that's like curious about this. So, Dragon Age, the Veilguard.
Okay, hang on.
All right, hold on.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. No.
Right, look, one thing we can't do is spend the next 2 hours talking about Veilguard, right? I'm saying that right now.
No, but this links into the same issue that's happening with movies as well and TV shows.
DEI!
No, it's not even that.
We're not going to span this out, but we'll definitely touch on it.
This actually has nothing to do with any woke stuff.
No, what I'm saying
it
is...
slightly does, but not as much as you think.
If we're going to talk about Veilguard, we need to take it from the beginning of what it is, all right? Because even I didn't know what it was, all right?
There's a company...
In grade 5 or less.
There's a very famous company called BioWare. They have made, for many years, over 20 years, I believe, very good, excellent role-playing video games.
AAA titles.
AAA titles.
Very
for those who
high
don't
quality.
know, AAA titles are games that cost a lot of money.
It's the top tier. It's the
top tier. Yeah.
Equivalent of Hollywood production movies.
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly. Like every game is like
It's
an
an
Avengers
A-grade movie.
It's like every game is an Avengers movie, basically.
Yep.
But they started small. They did Baldur's Gate 1, 2. They did, what else did they do? Mass Effect.
Yeah, that was another big one. And then obviously they started their Dragon Age.
So they created a franchise. A franchise is a set of games made in one single universe. Thank you. And this game is called Dragon Age. That's the title.
It is the Age
of Dragons.
Of Dragons we're talking
because
about.
a dragon flew over as a king won a battle and he declared it the Age of the Dragon.
I love it.
Yes, thank you. And the first game was called Dragon Age Origins. And basically you could pick a race, human, elf, dwarf, so forth. And each character had their own intro, which went for like 5 to 10 hours. And it was like an origin story for that character. So it was
Very detailed.
Very detailed. So if you picked a human, you were a noble. And every story ended in betrayal, but it was basically you get recruited into this secret organization and then you end up being the last member. One of the last members, don't you?
You remember a lot. I'm surprised, actually.
Yes. Oh, it's one of my favorite games of all time, Dragon Age Origins. Yeah. The storytelling was like at the top of their game for that game. From that, they piggybacked and they created Mass Effect, which is one of the best sci-fi games ever made as well.
How would you compare? What would you say? What would you say it's like?
Dragon Age Origins?
No, Mass Effect. Would you say it's like a combo between? I wouldn't say like a Star Wars or anything, but
I would say it's kind of like because they have abilities, but it's not like the Force.
Yeah.
It's much like Warhammer 40k, actually. They have, like, psycho abilities, kind of.
But more modern setting.
Like, it's not too futuristic. It's just kind of like in the future.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, anyway. So they made Mass Effect 1, 2, and the thing about this company, especially with their games, is you make decisions in these video games, and they've created the calculations and the algorithms within the games, and whatever decision you make has lasting consequences in the game.
It alters outcomes.
You have multiple endings based on what decisions you make.
Very important choices, basically.
Yes.
You do one choice, it could fuck everything up. Make another choice, it could...
So like in Mass Effect 1, which I explained last time, you have to choose between one or another character who you're going to save. The one that you save lives for the rest of the trilogy. The one that you let die is gone from the game, wiped. They're not in it at all anymore.
Okay.
With the Dragon Age games, it was the same thing. You made decisions. You had to save towns. You could make sacrifices. You could choose not to save a town, and it was just gone. The town was just not accessible, or it was just ruins the next time you go there in the next act. So these decisions led up to the grand finale of the game, and essentially you can make the choice of fight the big bad at the end of the game, but it's a known fact that whoever kills the big bad dies as well. Because as it dies, it gives out some aura that overwhelms the person as well. Or...
Oh, spoiler warning.
Sorry?
Spoiler warning.
20 years later. Or you can bang your side chick, implant your seed, and as the monster dies, its essence goes into the baby.
Okay.
and you get to live instead.
I'm sure you know which choice John picked.
I picked the bangable train.
Insemination.
So all those choices. So even like the person who betrays you, you can actually decide if you want to kill them or let them live. Okay? So all those choices come together and you get an ending. Then in the second one, Dragon Age Awakenings?
Inquisition.
2. Dragon Age 2.
Oh,
Is it Awakening?
was it Awakening?
Or just Dragon Age 2?
I thought it was Dragon Age 2.
Oh, maybe just 2. In 2, people are a little bit disappointed. You get to play one character, but you can pick a male or female character. But it's the exact same thing.
Do you remember if it was male, female, or was it type 1, type 2?
In the second one?
Yeah. Was it still male, female, or was it
Well,
type
you just
1,
picked
type
a
2?
male or a female. Was it Hawk? No. Was that his name, Hawk? I think it was Hawk.
Hawk? Okay.
Anyway, the choices you made at the end of the first one actually play a role in the second one. So
They carry over to the game.
they carry over to the game. You load
Itself.
up the save file, and then when it starts, it's like, oh, we're refugees running from the battle from that village that was destroyed. Or, the person who saved the world, they talk about him. He's still alive, but we don't know where he went. Like,
Yeah, the myth and the legend is still
it's
there.
all in there. Or they say, oh, he died. Like, he's a great hero, but he didn't make it.
Which is very unique. It's a very unique
Same
feature.
thing with Mass Effect. You make the choices, they roll over.
It's actually pretty cool.
It is. It's very good. So it's your decision. Same with Witcher, wasn't it? Witcher 1, 2, and 3.
No, I don't think so.
You could carry over your save from 2 to 3, couldn't you?
No. Not that I was aware of.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought the lore stays within that world and you're continuing that world's lore.
Because
not your
you know
own.
the guy who's the king killer in the second one,
Yeah.
that's in the trailer,
Yeah.
when you load up 3, it actually asks you, do you have a save or did you let that person die?
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because then you can actually run into him in the wild if you let him live.
Okay.
So, in the second one, same thing happens. Basically, you make decisions, fantastic storytelling, the dialogue is excellent. Mind you, in all these games, you can be gay, you can be straight, you can be whatever you want. No one has a problem with that whatsoever. Role-playing
We're going
game...
like this for a while, and now we're going...
No, I'm just making a point because majority of role-playing games are progressive. They give you the freedom to do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. All right?
You want to have sex with a snake? Go
In
for it.
Baldur's Gate 3, you can literally do bestiality. You can bang a bear.
Yeah, I banged the alien.
Yeah.
Tentacles and all.
So, in the second one,
You're
same thing.
fucked.
You make the decisions. They carry over. You're living the decisions from the first one. That was it. People liked the second one, but they weren't as good as the first one. They recognized what they did. They brought out a third one, Dragon Age Inquisition. Mm-hmm. Very, very close to one of my favorite RPGs. Origins is still the best for me. Inquisition comes at a very, very close
Origins?
second. Dragon Age Origins.
Oh, I was going to say Origins is in like
No.
Assassins.
No. So, for me, Dragon Age Origins, Inquisition comes a very, close second,
yeah.
minimal. Same thing.
So all in all, you've got 3 games.
Excellent dialogue. Some of the best dialogue.
Just great
interaction.
well-built games.
Yeah, it's like
The game focuses more around the dialogue and the story than
your
anything
companions and story. Yeah, the side quests of
world
So
building.
like Pulp Fiction, how they're all linked universe, in the same universe.
And each companion can disagree with other companions, and they actually have hostile interactions. And then it's about you trying to get them back together. And each companion has their own story, like in Fallout 4, which they have their
it's
own.
very organic and it's
Yeah.
Despite being fantasy, it's very interactive and based on realism.
Exactly. So it's just excellent combat, excellent music, excellent pacing, excellent world building, everything. Next comes along Veilguard. So this is the new one. So originally it was supposed to be called the Red Wolf. Mm-hmm. You're going to play...
based on a villain.
You're going to play as... I don't know if you're going to play as the villain or play as a person who fights for the villain. I'm not sure. So it's going to be from the bad guy's perspective. And only up until a couple months ago...
They rebranded.
and it's actually completely different games called Veilguard, and now you play someone else.
And the Veilguard is referring to supposedly the party. Your party's called the
Are you
Veilguard.
part of the Inquisition in this fourth one? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Because I've seen articles where they're calling you part of the Inquisition, unless it's just people.
I haven't noticed. Yeah,
I don't know.
noticed that.
So a lot of people, some people got to preview it. So they got early access and you got to preview it. And it came back and there was a lot of mixed reception.
Mm-hmm.
So you had some previewers were fairly positive, and some who weren't outright negative, but they were like, it was reserved.
They were tippy-toeing around something.
Yeah.
Eggshells.
Yeah.
Is the word.
But that's it. You didn't hear much of it at all. Then about 2 weeks before it released, you started getting some leaked footage, in-game footage, and like the original trailer when it came out, you haven't seen it, have you?
The trailer, no.
Okay.
So you know what that...
So context. We just watched all 3 Dragon Age, 4 trailers.
Yeah.
Starting from the very first one that established the franchise through to the latest release.
Yes.
Impressions.
Well, I have my impressions.
I think let Dim go first.
Yeah,
let's
say what you think, because what did you think of the first one?
Look, the first 3,
Yeah.
right? The third one...
Wasn't like the first two.
It wasn't like the first two. It was less...
intense.
Cinematic.
Less cinematic is probably the best way to describe it. More just a featurette of what you can do in the game, right? But the general tone of all 3, especially the first and second one, dark, gritty, aggressive, raw, typical RPG shit set in fantasy, right? I mean, even just down to the music, they've got like palm-muted metal riffs in the background, while he's ripping out swords and blasting demons and all types of shit.
It's almost got like a medieval gothic vibe to it.
Yeah, I was picturing Hammerfall, you know what I mean? 100%. Yeah, they're coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first time ever. They're coming.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
When's that?
I saw an ad pop up on Insta just today.
Shit.
I know. I'm tossing it up. Just for nostalgia, maybe you go see it. Anyway. The fourth one feels literally like a Marvel Disney fucking girl power something. Like the music had this choir shit in the background. Even the dragon, which is meant to be evil, looked like it was like a majestic animal that they learned to love and coexist with. Do you know what I mean? I swear to God, that's what it felt like.
It had a thorn in its talon the whole time.
Yeah.
We just had to pull it out.
Oh, thank you. Now I know how to love.
I hate to
I
say
think he's
it.
happy.
I'm they.
That honestly, that's what I was thinking the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, is this like some sort of slapstick comedy thing? I was expecting Amy Schumer to pop up, or like, what's the name? What's the other one?
The Aussie one.
From Mike and Molly.
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. If they didn't voice, or like, that's it. They had to have voiced characters in the game.
So there was a very high percentage of voice actors in the game are pretty well-known celebrities.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Andy? It looks like a mix of something.
Oh, the vibe that I got from the Veilguard's trailer is that it's a mix between an Ocean's 11 movie where they're like assembling a cast of experts in each field, and then what was the other thing I said? Ocean's 11 and Borderlands. In terms of they're trying to mimic some light-hearted comedy.
It did look like the intro to a Borderlands game. Yeah.
Yeah, but all the other ones weren't. They were like full gothic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They're saying it's the difference between well-established writers and producers and developers of games and the younger generation coming through. The writing is atrocious. The voice actors, there's no problem with the voice actors, so they're just delivering the dialogue that they've...
But the dialogue.
The dialogue that they've been provided, they're delivering it.
Look, as someone who's never played the games, right, I actually did watch a lot of those videos that you sent through, right, because I want to see the comparisons. Just the fact that they had a scene where she's like, here's your vegetables or whatever, and then the next line is, so I'm non-binary. I didn't think, like, fantasy characters that are like half demon, half humanoid, quarter elven, set in Middle Earth, were worried about pronouns.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole scene in it.
No, like I didn't think that'd be a driving force.
No,
and it's not even trans characters because trans characters have existed throughout history, as in like like say
the OG. What are they called? The
eunuchs.
Yeah, no, but not even that. But I mean, like in Odyssey, right? Like take Odyssey, set in ancient Greece. If you had an effeminate character or you had a male character that looked done up in women's garb, I wouldn't think anything of it.
No, look at Jesus.
You're an idiot. That's not even ancient Greece, you dickhead.
No, I'm just saying though. Ancient times.
What I'm saying is, it wouldn't seem out of line, or a homosexual trait, or whatever. That would not seem out of line. Fuck, dude, Crusader Kings. You can literally breed these traits into them. Yeah. It wouldn't seem out of line.
You're going to be homosexual?
No, but when you cram in a line, like
now we have two homosexuals.
When you cram in a
That's
line,
the end of that bloodline. Yeah, sorry, guys. You just got it now.
Well, that's the end of that, Sue. When you cram in dialogue, like, say, here's your vegetables, so I'm non-binary. It's like, what What do you mean? It's just so heavy-handed and forced.
And that's what I mean.
No, it's like, dude, there's no...
That's why I preface...
No one talks like that.
Nobody literally talks like that. That's why I preface it saying, in all these games, there's always been, gay relationships, and there's never been an issue. Nobody cares.
That's not the issue. No one cares.
But that's what I mean. But it's just been so ham-fisted in, but the writing... Like, you could still approach it, but just do it differently with proper writing, and you probably wouldn't even take notice of it.
You could slip it in there without highlighting it, and it probably wouldn't be a problem for most people.
But that's like the thing. The problem is that's not even the issue. It's the dialogue, like you were saying. It's just the way things are written. So I don't know if you saw that last video I had showed you. It was like they were comparing the introduction or some character trying to fix something in the scene.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
And it's like they're not talking naturally.
Yeah.
They're talking like
it's hammy. It's really hammy and just...
They're explaining what they're doing. Instead of you looking and seeing from context, oh, that guy just blew up. It's like, oh, that guy just blew up. Like, yeah, I saw him blow up.
That trailer, I swear to God, I was waiting for the Disney voiceover. It's like, meet Tarja. She's half elf and half oak, and she's non-binary. Like, dude, what are you doing? The Canary looks totally different.
Yeah, it's like...
They're totally like... Okay, so...
They've taken the ruggedness and the raw brutality
so
of
the Canary... Hang on, we haven't explained this. So the Canary are another race of, like, creatures, humanoids in the game.
Yeah.
And as they went from the first one to the second one to the third one, they became progressively more grotesque, more orc-like. Yeah. That's probably the best way to describe it. Like, the difference between is night and day. First one, he just looks like a human with darker features. The third one, he looks like a full demon with horns and all types of shit. Yeah? The fourth one, he's back to being a person again, with just horns.
Yeah, it was just the one with horns.
Very soft features is what I would say. Very soft features.
So, and I think they've done that on purpose because, like I was explaining to you, they are the way I describe them is they're like an Islamic-esque type faction.
Yeah.
Very religious. They have like a fanatical side where are very warrior-like. And in that game there, like if you're a wizard, because there's wizards in the game, obviously, stuff like that, magic. And in that race, if you happen to be a wizard and you're a Canary, they actually, the equivalent of castrating you. Basically, they give you a lobotomy. Like you're a shell, a husk of a person, and they just use you for what they need you for. You are emotionless. You have nothing.
I was about to say the emotionless aspect. Yeah.
So I think they've done that to kind of make them more, because there's that association of the Islamic-esque type, Muslim-esque type look, to make that more approachable and not so much of an association to them.
Yeah.
And they've made them very humanized, whereas they were never like, is that the word? Humanized?
You wouldn't be sympathetic to them.
You wouldn't be sympathetic at all. Even like though they're your companions in the first and third one, they always come across as a bit of hostile to you, just because
they're essentially a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you the dragons looked like they were going to start cuddling up with the people. Like, you don't have to kill the dragon. You can just adopt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
you can have sex with it.
So essentially, so that's one of the big issues. It's
what's wrong with you, G?
It's not
dragon sex.
The dialogue isn't.
Dragon Age 6.
They're not human interactions that you would kind of see, like normal everyday stuff, which what you experience in the first three. It's like explaining what's happening.
I hated the very on the nose obvious point outs that they've been doing in the dialogue that I've been seeing, which is like, oh, I don't like what you've done here, madam. And then it's, oh, well, I'm not sure if I like what you're saying to me. And then your character will step in and be like, I think that you should apologize to that person because you were wrong about this. Or at least I feel like you were wrong. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, like
What
you're
are we
the leader.
doing?
You're the leader of a war band.
What the
and
hell?
It's like, oh, you know, maybe you should, because your companions could leave in the other three. You know, your companions could leave your party if you made them dislike you too much.
Dude, when I played Baldur's Gate 3, one of my companions literally turns on me and I have to fight her.
Yeah. Well, in the first three, if you do something they like or something they dislike, it'll be Varric or Varick. Disliked that. Varick liked that.
Yeah, that's typical.
In this
RPG
one now,
games.
I don't know if you've noticed this, it does say liked and disliked.
But apparently it doesn't do anything.
No, but apparently now some of the wording is different as well. It's like, feels like he doesn't like that.
Oh, okay.
Are you joking?
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
Dude, I remember playing Magic...
But apparently that doesn't have any effect. You can't piss anyone off.
No, you can't.
I remember playing Magic Candle 2, and every time you would do something that would... Because you had a squad of like 5 different dudes, and there was like an elven dude, a knight, a this, a that. And every time you would do different things, certain people would hate you for it, some people would like you for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this person disliked it, this person...
Yeah, what is it called? Magic Handle?
Magic Candle.
Oh, Candle.
Handle.
I was going to say, I do Magic Handle every night.
You're an idiot.
And he goes for the sip too. They do it again.
Maybe that could be John's new business. The Magic Handle.
Need a hand?
Anyway, yes, well, this game's going to bomb as it already has.
So apparently, so you saw that
The Steam
page,
refunds?
The refunds. Apparently, there's 70,000 at the time. It was 72,000 people playing for a triple A game of that size. They reckon $350 million was spent on it. Rough estimate between 250, 350. When 3 came out, it did 10 million sales in the first month. They're not releasing any numbers, but you can see by Steam active players, I think it's maxed at 242,000, and concurrent average is between 70 and 76,000 daily. But they somehow got a handle of how many refunds are already been done on it. And it was nearly 285,000 refunds. Yeah. Already. Within the first 3 days of releasing.
Look, the one thing I'll say so that people don't just assume that we're like bashing, like gay bashing.
No, this has nothing to do with that.
No,
I haven't even brought that up.
But people instantly jump to that.
Yeah.
They'll say people are attacking it because of the wokeness of it, whatever. That's not what necessarily we're talking about here. But the game for what it is, which is something completely different from a Dragon Age game, right? But that maybe you're not familiar with, but that people that are familiar with it, it's not Dragon Age at all. There's no consequences. There's no real choices. Decisions don't matter. Dialogue is terrible. Story so far is terrible.
And another thing I forgot to mention, you can't carry over your save from the third one.
Yeah, it doesn't
Inquisition.
carry over.
You just make choices. So it starts something, go, did you want the Inquisition to disband or stay together? Did you do this or that? And then you just pick them, and then it makes the choices for you. So you don't carry over your character, nothing.
No, they don't want to. They don't want to bring in the smell of the previous franchise. They want to reboot it. But dude, it's like what's that terrible show?
Nobody died last game. Nobody died.
What was that Star Wars? What was it called? The terrible
Outlaws.
shit. No,
The show.
The show Acolyte.
Oh yeah,
It's like Acolyte. They literally single-handedly destroyed the lore of Star Wars, which has taken like 40 plus years to make. Yeah? 40 plus years, novels, movies. What?
Warhammer's next.
Oh, it is. Hands down, 100%.
Has he walked away yet?
Well, he's got to the end of December.
Okay.
I don't think we've spoken about this, have we?
Can I finish what I was saying?
Sure.
Sorry. Yeah, go.
Warhammer
Well,
next.
you looked at me. I was waiting.
Yeah, no, I thought you were interjecting with something relevant.
He waited his turn.
No, he didn't. I was still talking.
Oh.
What I was saying was,
Please
Acolyte,
continue.
yeah, they single-handedly destroyed and shit on, nerfed, nuked, and neutered everything Lucas has set up for 40 plus years, right? Everything that Luke Skywalker was, as special as Anakin Skywalker was, all the lore. They single-handedly pissed on it in a series that lasted, 10 episodes or whatever it was? 8 episodes? Yeah? They nerfed dude, if you think of fanboys in the world of geekdom and sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, what else is there? Stargate.
The Galactic series.
Everything's been destroyed.
Yeah,
everything.
they've destroyed it for what? At what cause? To glorify lesbians.
Yeah.
And pronouns. Anakin Skywalker was conceived through the Force, one of a kind. That's why he's the chosen one. Nah, lesbians can do it too now. What?
Oh, sesame timbers.
No, literally. No, but it's like, dude.
Lesbos!
Dude, they if they're willing to go that far, and they had a director that was willing to shit on everything and laughing about how they were neutering everything, nothing's sacred.
No. But who's laughing now? Cancelled, bitch.
But that's what I'm saying. It got cancelled. The power of many.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, it's like, there's no substance.
No.
Do you know what is good? The Penguin.
Not from what I've heard.
From what have you heard?
So I've heard it's good, but apparently the female penguin, his daughter, is like...
There's a female penguin?
The chick from How I Met Your Mum.
There's a female penguin?
Yeah. The mother from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
The penguin's daughter? Or is it...
No.
Falcone's daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, is it her?
Yeah.
Apparently, she's a real controversial character.
Great character. Yeah.
Colin Farrell's just incredible.
Oh, dude, I was never a fan. Honestly, I never thought much of him.
Are you serious? Dude, I reckon he's one of the most underappreciated actors.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That I agree on. But he is, phenomenal. Holy shit, it's a great show.
What's it on?
I'm watching it on a free binge trial.
Of course you are.
But seriously, if you like Sopranos, if you like anything related to superheroes, Gotham City style stuff, not even superheroes, sorry, because there's nothing to do with superheroes.
All that stuff is dead to me now.
There's nothing to do with superheroes. It's Sopranos set in Gotham City. That's all it is. There's no Batman, there's no superheroes, there's no superpowers. It's Sopranos set in Gotham City, which is a fantastic setting because, Gotham City is just a shithole. Half of it's a complete slum.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my God, it's so good. It is so good. It's rare for me to praise a show these days, honestly. I can't remember the last one I have. But The Penguin, phenomenal show.
I'll give it a watch, but if I hear anything about any lines about
there's nothing.
A woman in a man's world, I'm sending you a message. I'm sending you a message.
There's nothing like it.
In a man's world?
That's how you know all these shows are tripe.
No.
The second the trailer says, I'm a woman in a man's world, or something like that.
There's nothing
it's called
like
capitalism.
That. There's nothing like that. No.
Do you know what I can't get enough of? That meme of the boy band from California with the dudes rehearsing in the garage. And it's like, I'm Alan, I'm Ben, I'm blah, blah, blah. And together we are fucking queers.
No one sent that. No one has actually sent that. I've sent that so many times and I've wanted to send it.
I watch it so often, man. It keeps coming up in the algorithm. All my mates must all be sending it to each other or something.
Yeah.
I sent it off to maybe once or two people, but I just keep picturing Paulie. Fucking queer. He throws a chair. Sorry.
Man.
Anyway, we have to move along. I don't know.
So Warhammer, yeah. So no. Well, I think I already covered that, didn't we?
It's going to be on the net. They've got to find something to destroy. What else are they going to destroy?
So I think I've already mentioned this. I can't remember.
There hasn't been any updates, has there?
No, Henry Cavill bought the rights, and he wanted to do it with Amazon.
Yeah.
But the problem, Amazon has DEI stuff on there, so if they want to film it, they need percentages of staff.
They've said that they need to put females in an all-male cast.
Yeah.
That's law strong all-male cast.
What?
The race.
Hang on. What,
I think we spoke about this last time.
But I feel we did 2 or 3 ago.
To summarize it, there's a race in Warhammer that's all-male.
Okay.
They're all
not a race, it's the faction.
Well, faction.
So you have Space Marines, and the Space Marines are basically men. They go under genetic modification. They have 3 hearts, 2 stomachs, all this stuff. They're massive.
Okay.
They're 9 foot tall, 8 foot tall. Nerds are going to message and say they're actually 7.5 feet tall. I don't know. But They take this stuff
John
serious.
goes home. It's 7.5. In
It's
messages.
yourself.
But that's how serious they take this stuff. Okay?
Yeah, like what's it called? Kyle's dad with the glass of red.
And like they've created
Troll.
this, and this is what it is. This law is in the making. 40 years,
John
30 years.
trolls his own podcast.
Hey,
And,
genius. It's actually 7.
John, I can see your IP.
He's got a wine glass full of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew, man. And it's like, you know, the men, it has to be men because women can't survive it. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Purely male. They had the custodies, which are like the bodyguards to the emperor, all male. All of a sudden, they introduce a female character. Fans were pissed because every other faction is male-female, but there's just these two factions that are purely male. There's one or two factions that are purely female. It's law. That's the story that they've built for that specific faction.
Over many years.
Over many, 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 many years. As soon as that hit, the show just went nowhere. Like,
Sorry. So Amazon said you need to put female characters into that faction,
because
or we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
That was abundantly clear.
So they're pretty sure that they pressured Games Workshop into creating a female character for this faction, redoing the law that has always been females, all this stuff. And then, so that'll make it more palatable when it comes out on the TV show. So that must mean they're looking at doing a Custodies story, possibly.
I think that's what I heard. Yeah.
But being Henry Cavill as the executive producer, he has to sign off on everything before they can do anything. And apparently he's just dug his heels in now. He's like, no, this isn't the go. You don't go behind my back and you do this stuff. Like,
I'm actually surprised Games Workshop, like okayed this.
Well,
because they have tightened their grip a lot over the last couple of years.
They have, but they're notorious for selling rights poorly.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they make is very good, but
Yeah.
the people who have usually bought their rights have made pretty poor
Well,
products.
that's what I mean. I thought they would, like Space Marines 2, such a highly respected game now.
Yeah.
And one of the first that have just stayed true to the form.
Yeah, exactly. And
So-
that's what I mean. Like, Henry Cavill got the rights, not Amazon. I think. I don't know how it works exactly. But it's like, it's not going anywhere. And he's got to the end of December, the new year, to basically come to a conclusion. Otherwise, Amazon loses the rights. And then I don't know if they can rebuy them. I don't know how it works.
I
But
assume it's a costly deal to,
yeah.
just from what I've seen in the industry, to restart a contract is extremely costly as opposed to just closing it off. So I wouldn't assume it's going to like go a second round. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Like I've told you over time, like how serious these people take this stuff. Like painting up, you know, space, Catholic space Nazis, painting them up as, you know, LGB characters. People like, this doesn't fly. Like, what are you doing? You know, and then doing that across the board and dedicating time.
We've said it before. We're changing literally law that's been established for decades to cater for the 1%.
Yeah.
Which we don't do anywhere else.
No.
There are businesses. So this is the thing, right? I was talking to someone last week about a business that they're starting, right? They're migrating into, or they're starting, right? And we're talking about requirements for public toilets in order to cater for people in wheelchairs. And I actually Googled it to find out what dimensions. There's legal dimensions here in the UK and in America. It's a different number. But it's to cater, the dimensions of the toilet must cater for a wheelchair to be able to turn. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For access, right? And by law, you're meant to have this in your establishment, right? And like a ramp and all that sort of shit. Dude, how many times you go to a restaurant and their toilet is literally just like a janitor's closet somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
Barely working water and a light, let alone a ramp and a thing.
It's because you can't.
You can't, right?
Every single shop. Yeah.
But they don't enforce it. They don't enforce it. But they're catering to the less than 1% of people that want to fly in the face of, you know, whatever, to change law that's been established for 40 years plus, just because.
And the unfortunate thing, like it happens with Star Wars, it happens with Star Trek, it happens with Marvel, all comic fans, all these people who absorb the content, unfortunately, there's a high percentage that you got two camps. You got the camp that is like no, I don't accept that, and it will destroy their love of that product.
Yeah.
And then you have the other camp that anything of my favourite universe is better than nothing.
Yeah.
So they're willing to accept watered-down tripe.
But that's what we're getting sold now anyway, across the board.
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting. So they'd rather just get it as long as they're on that drip feed, regardless of how crap it gets eventually.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, no, this isn't correct, making the company realise and then doing a 180 and maybe we should address our actual consumers. So instead of just continuing as they are, making the product and the people who are interested get drawn to it,
John,
they're addressing it.
Think about it. Think about this, yeah?
Yeah.
You have trans and LGBTQI plus people standing with Palestinians.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? Hamas. You know that Hamas leader that got killed last week? Literally on a terrorist watch list for like fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
Hamas are a terrorist organization. Trans for Palestine. Dude, you wouldn't last a second in Palestine. You wouldn't try get to Gaza.
This is hilarious. Was it a year ago?
This what I'm saying is people are that fucking stupid to not read the full, to read between the lines. It's not even between the lines. It's there in your face. You know what I mean? Like Hamas's literal mission statement is wipe out Israel, wipe out gays, create a caliphate.
Yeah.
Literally, it's been the mission statement for fucking 100 years.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is it's more so instead of addressing your consumers and building that and staying true to what you are and drawing new consumers, there's like, no, let's water down this as much as possible and make it as appealing to as much as possible.
Yeah, let's broaden it out so we can try and get as much of the pie.
But it doesn't work.
Even if that broadening out to reach that 0.9% quota of people that they're trying to align with, it's like, dude, you're just going to kill your brand.
Which they do, yeah.
Which is happening. Yeah.
Look, it's like a musical artist, yeah? Think about like an artist, right? You get bands that come up and then they start changing their sound up, right? As they become more commercial. Like, people say you've sold out. That's the typical thing. Oh, you sold out. It's like, well, no, you didn't necessarily sell out. There's 2 or 3 different things that happen. One, your record label will say, we need more of songs like this. So look at Linkin Park. Linkin Park's a good example, yeah? They did Hybrid Theory, which was a fucking good album, right? All really well crafted songs, very unique, blah, blah, blah. Meteora comes out, and it's literally the same formula for every single song. And every song became a single.
And they're all bangers, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And every song became a single, right? And they're like, we need more of this. More! Like, because this is what sells, yeah? But then you get artists that they do their first, like, breakout album. Then they do the follow-up, which is usually, like, off its head. Like, fuck, they've hit a new high. Then the third one is usually the safe one for consumers that the label has said to them, we need more of this type of shit. That's why Eminem made I'm Back on Marshall Mathers LP, right? That was meant to be his lead-off single. But he purposely had, like, a reference to Columbine in it, where it's physically muted completely. Because the line is, I take 7 kids from Columbine and stand them all in a line at an AK-47, a revolver, a 9. Like, it talks about shooting them all, right? And they muted the line. And Eminem said they wanted that to be my single until I added that as a big fuck you to the label. Like, you're not going to get me to do this. Do you know what I mean? But then bands, like, will suffer because the fans that got them to where they were turn on them. Because it's like, I'm not going to listen to this anymore. This is crap.
Yeah.
I've got so many bands that I can't listen to anymore because I just don't identify with the music. Because it's like, this isn't...
And that's the point, though, isn't it? It's supposed to be an art form that you relate to or you feel something towards. Once you lose that connection, that's it. You're
exactly.
Done. Move on.
Once you make the art form, right? And gaming and movies and all that, it's an art form, right? That's the platform. Once you lose your audience, you can try and establish a new audience, but when your new audience represents 0.9 to 1% of a population.
It's probably less than that.
Yeah, and how much of that population are gamers or Warhammer buffs? Fractions. It's like you've lost.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's like starting a vegan restaurant, yeah, and becoming huge, and you start incorporating all gluten, all celiac. And it's like, okay, you're hitting all the right markers.
Why do people keep coming in and asking for beef and chicken?
Yeah, and then one day, it's like, you know what? We're going to have, what's it called? Pork rib Friday. It's like, you're an idiot. Like, everyone that comes in here wants vegan and gluten-free and celiac. Yeah, but I thought we'd try and get that market from Macca's. You out of your mind?
Yeah.
Packed house.
Yeah. I know, huh? And then it becomes eat at Joe's pork ribs.
Barbecue.
Yeah. No, but dude, like, using that vegan analogy.
Can I get a salad? No, we don't sell those anymore.
I've in the past, I've got a few friends that are high celiac, high fructose and gluten intolerant and all that sort of stuff. And I've been to some of Melbourne's restaurants for vegan that specifically cater like to those menus. Dude, they're packed. You need a book. You need a book in advance, and they're not cheap. But people will go because if you've got those issues, you will go.
Yeah.
Yeah? But why? Like, you can't introduce the beef burger at the vegan restaurant. It's not going to work. Keep the vegan restaurant. You're catering to that percentage of people.
Because it's working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's your core market. Keep it. But if you're selling ribs for 40 years and then think you're going to get rid of all the ribs and introduce vegan burgers and only celiac free, tolerant, hamburger buns, like, you're an idiot.
Yep.
Well done. Like, you're changing your demographic. Your sales have gone from 10 billion to 100,000. If you're happy with 100,000, cool. But you've lost the 10 billion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me.
No, it's...
what was I going to say? Did you see the guy that's in shit for punching a woman in the face?
Which one?
Your friend Butterfield mentioned it in a video the other day, and I started laughing because I'd written it down for us to talk. So, it was in Melbourne, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a guy walking along the street with his mate, and he's got like a soccer scarf or something.
Yeah.
Or a rugby scarf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's waved it in some bird's face as she's walking past. She turns around, punches him in the face, so he stops and punches her back, KOs her.
He slapped her.
I thought he punched her.
Nah, it's an open hand slap.
Is it? Yeah. Cracked the jaw or something when she hit the ground, and now it's like violence, tyranny in the street. It's like, dude, she hit him.
The news reports were like aggressively attacking him. Yeah.
Aggressively.
And then as soon as they show the clip, it's like, well, she just struck him.
Yeah, but
like if that was another guy, it'd be on.
Yeah.
You're not going to just sit there and take it. So what's the problem? Gender equality. What's the issue?
But that's what I'm saying. Is he now liable for what happened to her?
I don't think so.
Surely he'd be let off. Like,
it was self-defense.
Yeah. Depends.
He used equal amount of force.
Depends what happened to her, though.
Well, nothing. She hit him,
Yeah.
so he hit her back, she hit the floor.
He didn't
as
continue.
expected.
Yeah, dude, if
And
that
then
was
he
a
walked
guy
away.
and he struck me, I'd be hitting him while he's on the floor to make sure he's not getting back up.
Flying elbow
So
drop.
she's okay? Did she break a jaw?
Yeah, she shattered. She'd had to get surgery or something.
Weak chin.
She needs to grow a beard.
Yeah.
Needs to get that right up and land the double cross.
Yeah, it's not like the guy went into full
I mean,
dude,
if she fell over and went into hospital in a coma, maybe.
He went into peekaboo Mike Tyson style and just ducked and weaved, got him with a hook and an uppercut.
Spat on him, watched it.
I'm just picturing the peekaboo like Joe Frazier. Crack! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Get up! Get up! Get up! Stop, man. But yeah. Surely, like, you'd be free of any...
I'd be curious to actually know what happened.
Should we Google it?
Because it's been a while since it happened now.
It was last week, I think.
No, it was longer. 2-3 weeks ago now.
Really?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay. I just got a critical security alert from Google. Well done, man.
Would you like to approve this? Log in.
Hang on.
30 minutes later.
Man punches woman. I'm sure that'll come up.
Critical.
I want to watch it now.
Man punches woman in face. 10th of October. All right, so here's the entire story.
Did they leak his name and everything?
Let me read the
I think so. I think they
So
did.
this is what kills it, yeah? Horrific footage of man breaking woman's jaw with single punch in Melbourne. A 19-year-old woman was left with a broken jaw after being punched in the face by a man in a disgusting street attack after the footy. So, disgusting vision shows a 19-year-old female English tourist being punched in the face by a man on a Saturday night in Melbourne. Poppy, who is on holiday in Australia, was walking along Swan Street in Richmond after Brisbane fed Geelong, blah, 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 blah. Footage uncovered by Channel 9 shows a man appearing to wave a scarf in the face of Poppy and her friend as they walk past them. Poppy appears to turn and confront the man, who responds with devastating force.
Confronts.
Yeah.
Well, she punches him.
Oh, how the shoe is on the other foot.
Dude, she was like 5 meters away from him when he waved the scarf.
Oh, he didn't do it like in her face.
Nah, he didn't actually like clothesline her with it. Like, he just sort of waved it in her face as they were getting close. May have gotten close with it by the end of it. But she just literally turns around and just jumps on him and socks him in the side of the head. Disgusting. So he punched her in the face, knocking her to the ground and shattering her jaw. Disgusting. It's vile, awful. I don't understand how someone thinks that's an okay reaction to have, especially to a young girl.
It's not.
It was really scary.
You shouldn't punch someone just for them waving their team's flag in your face. Like, that is disgusting. It really is.
I think that's something to
What a disproportionate response she had.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%. If that's what she did, if that was her first reaction, was she drunk?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, she looked pretty cooked.
How about
English bird, man?
Look, I'll be honest, yeah. My thing is you don't hit a woman, like, if you can avoid it, right? It's not like she came at him and started flaying at him. She just turned around and socked him, right? If I was him, I would have just said, back up before you fucking get cracked.
Yeah, but you probably also had a couple of drinks. You get struck in the jaw. He's out his foot. There's a good chance you've had a couple of drinks.
Best case scenario, you don't punch her, right? At the same time, you don't know if she's got a shiv. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
And that's the excuse that they would have given in defense of the scarf. Where I don't know what it was. It could have been a weapon. Like, I can see that happening. Standard. You know what I mean? And this isn't about misogyny. This is just about self-defense.
I don't care if a turtle strikes me in the face. It's getting one back.
I think too many people live in what ifs.
A bubble?
Yes. No. I think too many people live in their head where they think they can do what they want. Like, strike a person.
Yeah. And not be struck back?
Yeah. And I think that's been also the way a lot of the younger generations have been grown up now.
Yeah.
It's like they just let them get away.
I'm entitled to this, but you're not.
Yeah. And I think that, I don't know how old this guy was. Was he young?
Yeah, it wasn't old.
I think he was in his 20s.
Probably around this. Yeah, maybe a bit older, if that. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, a lot of people also think, I would never strike a woman. But if you're in the head of a moment, you don't know what you're going to do.
I'm not saying I'm morally pious. I wouldn't ever do it. I'm just saying that if it's avoidable, you can't. Dude, I had water thrown at me once in a club. Dude, this is going back maybe 10 years. I was with a mate. We were in a bar on Chapel Street, right?
You glassed her. You just say you glassed her.
Yeah, Wayne carried it. Listen.
Wow, did you? Bloody hell.
Dude, it was just
water came right at me, and I pissed right in her face.
Seriously, it was me and a mate. We were just in the bar, like, on Chapel, and we just went for a drink, and we were literally in the corner dancing, and the music was like sort of old school, so, and we were both musos, so we were like, just every track was just a banger. We're like, oh, this is mad. And we, just telling stories to each other about, like, what?
There's a banger!
You're fucked.
Cut now, Joe.
Anyway.
Have you seen that one with the dude with the truck simulator?
I keep sending it to me.
The fuck are you talking about?
A Twitch streamer. He's a Twitch streamer.
Wait, don't tell him. Let him. Can we pause it here and just
No, we can
check
watch it.
Just check
What
it
is
out.
it?
I don't even know what you call it.
So it's just look at like Twitch streamer Cotton Eye Joe. And I swear,
Am I going to regret this?
No, it's hilarious, dude. It's
hilarious.
amazing. It's actually amazing.
Hang on.
Dude, I died. I watched that so many times on repeat. I was dying.
Okay, what's it called? Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, Twitch train simulator.
Truck. Is it truck?
Was it truck? Yeah, it was truck.
Yeah, it's truck. Your nose says.
Why do I feel like I'm going to regret this, man?
It's the first
I
one.
think it's the first one, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How long is this?
So you're putting requests for songs, yeah?
I've always wanted to play one of these
So he
simulators.
skips.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I just cracked open a.
He just keeps skipping.
This is the one song that's not. Okay. There we go. That was good.
Why did you skip it?
Shut up!
This was all my
Okay, this one's good.
fault. I was the one who wanted to relax on Sunday. Now if you'll be so kind as to leave so I can get ready for work tomorrow.
It just keeps going.
so
but there's
good.
multiple videos,
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just
I watched like a 3-minute one, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
So
good.
why was it?
I don't know if he's. I don't know.
So he's skipping the song. And why was it always Cotton Eye
Because
Joe?
people are donating songs
oh,
on
so
his
they're
stream.
uploading the links.
They're saying, yeah, exactly, right? So they're donating and saying, I'll play this on your stream. And then he's skipping. He's like, I don't want to listen to Cotton Eye Joe. And then the next
Okay.
donation. The
but
next
then they're
donation.
even like splicing, you know.
Yeah, I heard it. It was the stand. Okay, so what I was saying was, so we're in this bar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Do I even bother with this at this point?
Yeah.
This guy's dying.
And he's picturing you listening to Cotton Eye Joe in this bar.
I know.
It plays. It's
playing-
like, next one comes on.
It was playing like late 90s Dreamhouse
Nice.
Eurotrance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it was good. Anyway, at one point there was like a group of women, like on a hen's night or something, right, just standing near us. So we start chatting to them, and then one of them was inebriated, right, like older than me, and she was just talking shit. And she was friendly at the start. We're just like, yeah, hey, how are you? How's your night? Whatever. And then at one point she got fucking like aggressive because we didn't pander to something she said. Like she was going for like a softball comment, and we're just like, nah, like we're fine. Like, well, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember where it turned ugly. But it all came about, she's had too much to drink. And her friends are like trying to like, just relax, man. Like these guys haven't done anything. That one of them literally bought us a drink, like chill. And she was going off. And then she said something to me and I just looked at her. I'm like, dude, I literally just said, look, I don't care, you know, like do it, enjoy your night. Like I'm going to go back to my friend now or whatever. And she threw water at me. She had a glass of water and she threw it at me. And I've just looked down, right? And she missed because she was freaking blind. And she basically got like the side of my pants or something. And I was like, the fuck? My mate looked at me, is like, nah, man. I just looked back at her. All her friends have like, just, you know, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know, la la la. At that point, the bride-to-be comes running over because like, there was a bit of a kerfuffle. I didn't say a word at this point. I'm just like standing there, like just sizing up what had just happened. And the bride-to-be came down and I looked at her and I said hi to her. I knew who she was. Like, you were from back in the day. He's like, oh my God, Tim. Like, you all right? I'm like, this your friend? What happened? I'm like, your friend just fucking threw water at me. She's like, what the fuck? Like, she lost it. I have a go, all right? I'm like, you're fucked. Like, what the, blah, blah, blah. This bird was that blind. She said something like, oh, do you want my number? I said, no, I want you to apologize, you fucking moron. You know what I mean?
Get better friends.
If I could have easily, like, thrown a punch, couldn't I?
Like, you don't know
you
what the
would've.
liquid is. Could
Yeah.
have been acid. It
Could have been urine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
There was that video
It's
of
assault.
that.
Assault is assault.
Off the ropes, come back, beat, pa! Done. That's your answer. 1, 2, 3. Or just walk out the ring.
Do you know what I'd love to do one day? Just aggressively clothesline someone.
Clothesline from hell. Clothesline from hell.
Yeah. How good would that
And I
be?
dream about doing that to this guy every day.
Every morning. You should
See
hire
the
a ring.
effect I had on this man.
Every morning I wake up at 4 a.m. with cold sweats because I thought I killed him. You know what I mean?
Do you remember that video that was going around of a woman? I think it was in Russia, and she was throwing acid on men sitting in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man's
Yeah, they were just
spreading.
sitting there. No one next to them. They're just sitting there. Their legs are apart because they have balls. And she just walks up to them and just throws acid on
Yeah.
their crotch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they arrested her, didn't they?
I think so.
You'd
Yeah.
have to, man. You're throwing acid on
And
random
she videotaped
strangers.
herself doing it. And then she was trying to backpedal saying, oh, it's not real acid.
Do you know who I want to throw acid on?
Oh,
Figuratively
let's
speaking.
rewind that a second.
Let's bring that back.
Theoretically speaking, do you know who I would like to throw a poisonous liquid on? That may or may not harm
Corrosive
Corrosive
No,
liquid.
you know what annoyed me? So we just had Halloween, yeah?
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I didn't
well.
know.
It was everywhere. In my building, there was a spider on one of,
Of
my
course there
neighbours'
was.
Did you
things.
kill it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Andrew, I killed it. I kicked the door in because I didn't want to see it. Oh, fuck.
He's just sitting there with Mortine.
Just empty a whole
People
can.
are walking past.
Just stinks of my...
There's just smoke everywhere.
Just plumes of smoke. No.
Tim's literally going to become. Is it Mr. Jingles from Friends?
No.
Mr.
Oh,
Jibby?
it's not Jingles. It's something similar. It's got a weird, funny name like that.
I hear you make a lot of noise upstairs.
Mister. Now I'm stuck.
Print?
No.
Is it P?
Come on, man.
Just type it in friends, mister, and it'll come up straight away.
Yeah, it will. Hang on. No, I want to figure it out.
My phone end up over there.
You were dying of laughter about something.
Did I?
Very passionate.
Oh, I didn't even realise.
Oh, the big boot.
Oh, yeah.
Pow!
Friends, Mr. Heckles.
Mr.
Oh,
Heckles.
Heckles.
There we go.
Yeah.
No. Dude, today's paper with the cup. Cup day, yeah?
You didn't read in the paper.
No, it was just the news.com or whatever, like news.
You didn't read news.com.
From the weekend races, Rebecca Judd wore a dress.
Who's that?
Chris Judd's wife.
Huh.
One of the original wags. She wore a dress where like a rack was sticking out and was short, right? Standard races, red cocktail dress or whatever. And she's copping flack because it's red and her rack is out and it's too short. Like, bit too much cleavage, wrong event. Traditionally, this race, you're meant to wear X attire. I thought, hang on.
Just suck a lemon.
They're slagging on her for wearing this outfit. Halloween, literally, my feed just becomes women. Yeah. Women wearing like the most scantily clad shit on the planet. I saw it like in my street.
What are you? A ghost? Yeah, but you're wearing a bikini. I'm a sexy ghost.
No, like, that was yesterday. That was 2 days ago. Do you know what I mean? The same women that are slagging her off for wearing this short, revealing dress would have been literally half-assed naked at some Halloween party.
Yeah.
Like a sexy devil or a sexy ghost or a sexy cat or It's literally an excuse to wear, like, the absolute bare minimum.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're at the beach, but not at the
How does it fly? How does this even get into the papers?
Because they're bored and have nothing else to talk about.
It's a slow news day. Because real news is depressing, Tim.